Welcome to a quick chat on Red-Green Eldrazi in the very brand new Modern Horizons 3 meta. Fun game, a fun deck that I have been enjoying playing so far. I've only played, 20, 30 games with it. And the list is definitely far from refined, but I think there are some very interesting things here that I don't see or is not being talked about by a lot of other people. Red-Green Eldrazi is pretty simple. Play a 3-drop on turn 2 with Eldrazi. We have a lot of powerful 3-drops, and then go from there. So when you play your 3-drop on turn 2, you get very far ahead if you are on the play, and on the draw, it gives you the opportunity to get back into the game. Additionally, Red-Green Eldrazi has what I would consider to be probably the best 3-color mana base in the entire, maybe available, open to discussion, of course, on that one. But in my mind, we've got 8 untapped tri-lands here. Grove of the Burnwillows, Karplusan Forest. So we got 8 right there. We've got soul lands. We've got 4 soul lands. We've got, again, actually, this is another, maybe 12. So maybe there are actually 12 3-color untapped lands that come in. I also run 2 basics. Because of shenanigans, and then I have 2 fetches and 2 shocks. Pretty standard stuff. I'm running 8 mana dorks. Again, our priority is very high to get a 3-drop on turn 2. We're in pretty good shape to do so. Ancient Stirrings, because it's a great card. It can find early mana, or it can find threats late game. Very versatile. The 3-drops that we're running, Eldrazi Linebreaker is really, the card that made me consider this deck to be real. I mean, this thing is so strong. It comes out with haste. I mean, it can give itself haste. So 4/3 trample with haste. And then any future Eldrazi that are played afterwards, it can give those haste. So if this comes down on turn 2, and then Matter Reshaper on 3, or Thief of Existence on 3, or Thought-Knot Seer on 3, you are off to the races. Thief of Existence, an interesting one. I've got 2 copies here right now in the main deck and 2 in the side. Honestly, I'm starting to think that this is 4 on the sideboard. Not being able to hit creatures is really narrow. It really narrows the scope of what this thing can do. There can be some huge blowouts if you do play this against, like, an Aether Vial or an Amulet or a Soul Cauldron very early on. But more often than not, it's a 3-4-4-3, which is not bad, but it's not really what we want to be doing. The problem is that there's not a lot of 3-drop Eldrazi that aren't in this deck already that are worth their salt, so I'll have to keep thinking about it. But this is where we're at for right now. Matter Reshaper, I used to really not like this card, but it's growing on me as it's a pretty easy 2-for-1 early on in the game. So it has some tempo and value baked inside of it. Thought-Knot Seer, Reality Smasher, these are known quantities. They are not the strongest cards in Modern by any stretch of the imagination, but if you can play them out early, they become quite strong. And then Kozilek's Command is, I would say, one of the MVPs, probably the MVP alongside Linebreaker. When this thing comes down, like, it is a 2-for-1, and it is a good 2-for-1. So it's tempo driven because you're removing something off the board, potentially a big blocker. You're getting a bunch of scry and then drawing a card for your 2-for-1, or you can also create some mana if that's what you need. The exile X-Target cards from graveyard, it's nice for hate, but I've never actually used it. Again, I've only played 20 or 30 games, but it's nice to have that option. We like flexibility. This one's great, especially the combination it has with Eldrazi Temple makes it a lot cheaper to cast than I was originally thinking about. My sideboard, I wouldn't pay too much attention to this. The meta is so new and forming that I just kind of chucked a couple random things together. So coming up, got a preview game against Dimir Psychic Frog. Not really the strongest showing from our opponent, but I think it does give a good example of kind of what this deck is supposed to do and how powerful it can be. So I hope you do enjoy it. Thanks. And like and subscribe, I guess. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, worth mentioning that this meta is, of course, very new. This deck is very fun to play. Hard to see how well it's going to hold up as things really develop, but as mentioned, it's very fun. It is quite powerful. So I do think it's worth exploring. I'm going to stick with it for a while and try to see what else is out there. So hopefully some future videos will have some more specific tactics around the good decks as they emerge in the format. All right. Red-Green Eldrazi. versus, we'll find out. Oh, unplayable. Quite good. The mountain, I think. Mill? Think mill. No, I don't think any mills play preordain. Be a weird card. Control. Fortunately, with control, I feel like, do I want to keep Deep of Existence for Ring? Those a lot of tempo. Okay. No. Frog? Tempo deck. I think I need to just play that Thief for tempo. I really think Thief is a sideboard only card. 3/4 on turn. Three, 4 on turn 2 is just not modern playable. Yes, okay. You don't. What do you need me to do here? It'll be a blowout, but the problem is I don't know what. I looked at all the 3-drop Eldrazi, and there's just not anything good. It isn't already in this deck. You gonna push me, bro? Because I got news for you. Reality Smasher's coming down soon. How are they gonna kill the Reality Smasher? I think is the question of the game here. Turn 3 Reality Smasher is strong. Click, 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 click. Man, dorks in my hand don't feel great. Because I have to assume they have some way to take care of the Smasher. I mean, I don't have to assume anything. I'm chilling, but... Psychic Frog. So they could discard 4. Make that a 5/6, right? That would be pretty gross. So if I attack with both, fuck, and they discard their whole hand to make that a 5/6. I don't think I care. It would be a crazy move if they did. If they, I don't want to give them the option to kill this Reality Smasher by discarding every card in their hand and making a big 5/6. It's just not where I want this game to go. Oh, Master. Gross. Maybe they're going to block with both. Discard their whole hand, block with both. I mean, that's wild. A wild line. Can't imagine it's correct. Obviously killing the frog. You can keep your stalker. Thank you. What? Oh, okay. Okay, Matter Reshaper. You're gonna be able to get 2 cards back. Sure. Pump that to a 3/3. And for Linebreaker. Another Smasher, of course. Looks mean. Give me your stalactites. You're unearthing your bowmasters to kill my hierarch. Strong card. Put that card. Sure. Eldrazi Obligator is fantastic. I can take the Stalker. Attack with everything. They have to, that is 3/6. That is 11 damage. Okay. So let's do that. A red. 2 colors. Yes, I will pay for that. Give me your stalker. Come here, I've got plenty of stalactites. Attack with one more phase step. Attack with all. Good luck. We can move on to the next game if you want. Sure. It's 8 damage. You gotta block something. Cool. What am I most scared of? Like a shield dread? Okay, Frog. Frog and Bowmasters. Thief of Existence can hit flip Tameo. Pick your poison, doesn't hit much. Brotherhood End doesn't hit much. Dismember. So Kozilek's command is freaking fantastic, as always. As Kozilek's command always is. Often is. Often is. Change explosives would hit. What's bad? Thief of Existence feels bad. What is it hitting? A flip Tameo? It's not what we want. Hierarch is a definite liability, but I don't think there's too much we can do about that. Cursed Totem and Stalactite Stalker. This is for this hits Frog. This hits Frog and Stalker and Bowmasters. Let's take this. Okay, this is kind of disgusting, but kind of lovely at the same time. So this is currently a dead card for us, but the Kozilek's is maybe fantastic. I don't know if they run. I don't know if they've run Force of Negation or anything like that. Smasher is good. Loved top deck Thought-Knot Seer, of course. Wouldn't mind it if we saw Frog here. We'd like Frog to get juiced up a little bit, but I don't know how realistic that is. You might have counter spell, but or Fatal Push, but I don't think there's a way you can avoid taking 4 damage this turn. What? My opponent might have messed up here. Oops. Always yield. I could just pass the full turn. Frog. What could they possibly have that I'm worried about? I absolutely just go Reality Smasher here, right? They're gonna do something. What do they have? I don't know. Let's pretend they don't have shit. White mana for my Eldrazi. Love the irony. And it's the closest one. The easiest one. I presume they are going to have something to take care of that bad boy. Doomblade? Doomblade? 2024 in Modern and we're playing Doomblade? I don't think so. There's gotta be something, though. Okay. Hit, block, block. Alright, that's fair. Oh, okay. Oops. That was not the opponent's best showing.